All right, guys, I want to share a funny picture with you that I found on the internet. Okay, so take a look at this picture. It says, technically, the missing sausages are still in the fridge. Technically, the missing sausages are still in the fridge. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, do you know what a sausage is? A sausage is meat. Okay, it's ground meat that is put into like a tube shaped thing, and you know, people barbecue sausages or they cook sausages some other way. You know, sausages are a very common food here in Canada. A lot of people eat sausages. Now, most of the time, sausages are made from pork. Okay, so if you go to a store and you just pick out some sausages off the shelf, they'll be pork. Okay, now you can get sausages made from other meats too, but they're not very common. Like, you could get chicken sausages or turkey sausages or beef sausages or any kind of sausages. They're just not very common, okay? So just know that when you come to Canada, the sausages that you see on the shelf, like hot dogs or, you know, any kind of sausage really, you know, it's gonna be pork, probably, okay? So this picture, the cat is the cat is in the fridge, right? So what does this mean? Okay, so it says technically the missing sausages are still in the fridge. So what happened? Okay, so just some people coming up on the path, guys. Gonna go down to the canal. All right, so what happened in this picture? Well, the cat ate the sausages. All right, because when we see this picture, there's no sausages in the fridge, right? But technically, the sausages are still in the fridge, right? Because they're inside the cat. They're in the cat's stomach, right? I just love the look on the cat's face. The cat's just got this like kind of shocked look on its face. And man, that cat is fat. That cat definitely ate all the sausages. Okay, so technically the sausages are still in the fridge because the cat is in the fridge, right? So what does this word mean, technically? Do you know? Technically. It's a very it's a very common word in English. Guys, I think those people are gone on the path, so I'll keep going along the path here. So this is a very common word, okay? Technically, it means, you know, according to the fact, you know, specifically, it's like you're trying to say exactly, right? So technically, according to the facts, right? Because so the sausages are not in the fridge, right? We can see that in the picture. There are no sausages in the fridge. But according to the fact, if we want to be precise, technically the sausages are still in the fridge. They're just inside the cat's stomach, right? So that's what technically means. So let's think of some more examples. Okay, tomatoes. Do you like tomatoes? A lot of people eat tomatoes. I like tomatoes. Okay, now tomatoes are a vegetable, right? Everybody considers tomatoes a vegetable. You know, if you want to go to the store, buy some vegetables, you might grab some cucumbers, some lettuce, some carrots, some tomatoes, right? So tomatoes are vegetables. But technically, and some people say this, right? They say technically tomatoes are a fruit. right? Because, you know, they grow on a vine, and so apparently that's what people say. Technically, tomatoes are a fruit. Okay, but in reality, nobody considers tomatoes a fruit, right? So you could say, technically, okay, according to the fact, okay, according to the science of this whole thing, fruits versus vegetables, tomatoes are a fruit. But everybody treats them like a vegetable, right? So it's another way you could say technically. Now, I just want to mention that this word technically can be moved into different positions in the sentence. So you could start with the word technically. You could say, technically, tomatoes are a fruit. Okay? Or you could say, technically, or sorry, you could say, tomatoes technically are a fruit. Or you could say, tomatoes are technically a fruit. Or you could say, tomatoes are a fruit, technically speaking. Right? Usually when we put the word after, then we would add the word speaking, right? Tomatoes are a fruit, technically speaking, right? You wouldn't need to put that speaking. You could just say technically too. Tomatoes are a fruit, technically, right? Okay, so you can see this word, we can put it in different positions in the sentence. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that. Now, what's another example? Oh, I can think of another example, guys. Look at this. Is this summer? Does this look like summer to you? What season does this look like to you? You see snow on the ground, right? The frozen canal. Well, it looks like winter, right? But technically, it's not winter, it's fall. Because I'm making this video, today is November, it's end of November sometime when I'm making this video. So, in reality, everybody calls this winter. In Canada, winter runs from about October to May, right? Because we basically have 6 months of winter here, you know, but technically it's not winter. Winter starts on December 21st. Okay, so, you know, there's 3 months of winter, 3 months of spring, 3 months of summer, 3 months of fall. But in Canada, we don't really have a long spring or a long fall. So yes, technically you could say May would be spring or April would be spring. But the winter, you know, continues. Usually we have snow on the ground here in Canada until May. Okay, so people call it winter. Even in May they might call it winter, right? So do you get the meaning of this word now? So it's winter. Everybody would consider this winter, but technically, if you want to be, you know, to the fact, according to the facts, it's not winter, it's fall. Okay, so that's what that means technically. You can use this word a lot. It's a very common word, you know, technically. Let me think of some examples. You give me some examples down in the comments. Think about some example in your life or in your place, wherever you are. You could, you know, it's easy to come up with examples, right? So I'll give you another example here, guys. I'm just seeing some geese. So I'm just gonna go down to the river and check out these geese. What's that? What did you say? Oh, it's not a river, it's a canal. Oh, okay. Yeah, technically it's a canal, not a river. Okay, I said I'm gonna go down to the river, but you guys are trying to be nitpicky. So you said technically it's a canal, Mark. It's not a river. Okay, right. I mean, if a normal person calls this a river, that's fine. It looks like a river, right? Look at that. There's water in like a long piece like this. It's fine if you call it a river. But if you want to be a nitpicker, you could say, Mark, technically that's a canal, not a river. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Technically it's a canal. But if I say I'm going down to the river to show you guys these geese, that's fine too, right? So, what is a nitpicker? Or I said, don't be nitpicky on me, okay? Well, a nitpicker is someone who focuses too much on the details and always finds something wrong in the details of something, right? So, you know, does it really matter if I call this a canal or a river? No, but you wanted to tell me, you focused on my mistake, right? You pointed out my mistake, and you really wanted you cared too much about the details. Do you know people like this in your life who care too much about the details? I mean, maybe you have, you know, maybe you're a musician and you played a nice song, a nice piece of music, and someone came up to you and said, you know what, you made a mistake. There was one note that was a little bit off. You could say, don't be so nitpicky, right? That person is a nitpicker. It's a beautiful song, but you made one little mistake. Or maybe you are a writer, you're writing a book or something, right? You made one mistake. Someone says, hey, you made that mistake, that's a mistake. That's what a nitpicker is. A person who's always kind of trying to find little mistakes. All right, so are you a person like that? Are you a nitpicker? Are you nitpicky? Now, the term is nitpicking. Okay, I could ask you, you know, what could I say in a sentence? Nitpicking. I could say nitpicking isn't a good character trait. Nitpicking isn't a good thing to do. Okay, nitpicking. But usually we use that word in the form of nitpicker or nitpicky. Okay, I could say, stop being nitpicky with me, guys. It means stop nitpicking. Stop nitpicking. Okay, stop being a nitpicker. Stop being a nitpicker. All right, something, just some little detail, you know, you could say, Mark, it's not winter out there, it's fall. Yeah, you're right. Technically, it's fall, but practically speaking, it's winter. Okay, it's cold, there's snow. It's winter, guys. All right, so guys, let me know some examples down in the comments with these words. Technically, and oh, look at that. Nice flock of geese flying over my head. Now, the word flock of geese, is that right? You know, different animal groups have different names. Like a herd, I think a herd of cows, a herd of cattle. Okay, then we use the word herd. I think for geese it might be a gaggle of geese. A gaggle? I don't know, guys. I actually don't know. There's like a litter. Hey, in my last video I taught you guys the word litter. Like a litter of rabbits, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about the different words here that we would use. Like, what about wolves? Okay, wolves live in a pack. Okay, so a group of wolves is called a pack of wolves. You know, a group of sheep is called a flock of sheep. A group of geese, well, I called it a flock of geese. Now, you could say technically, Mark, that's wrong. Technically, it's something else, right? So then I'd say, guys, don't be so nitpicky with me, guys. Don't be so nitpicky. What about ducks? A group of ducks, what's a group of ducks called? See, whoa, guys, look at all those birds. Are those geese? Those aren't geese. What are those, guys? Can you see all those? I think those ones are ducks, I think. That's weird, guys. That's a lot of birds. What is a group of ducks called? A flock of ducks. I don't know, guys. You know what? Native English speakers don't know these things. The names of each group of animal. It's so weird that we have names for each different animal, like group. Why? Why not just one word like flock or herd? Whatever. Man, there's just like there's just so many, guys. Thousands of ducks. What is a group of ducks called? So I don't know, guys. So, you know, sometimes it's good to be nitpicky, but other times it's kind of annoying. It's an annoying personality trait. If someone is in your life, if you have someone in your life and they're always like trying to point out the details, something's wrong in the small things, those kinds of people are annoying. Are you one of those people? Are you a nitpicker? I don't know. I'm not. I don't. Maybe in certain things I'm a nitpicker, but usually I'm not a nitpicker, guys. So if I'm a nitpicker, I'm sorry. I hope you guys will forgive me for that. But you know, let me know your examples of these words. This is a very important word technically, so I just wanted to teach that. I don't think I've ever made a video about this word on my channel, so I thought, you know what, I need to make a video. Look at all those ducks dive bombing a pond. That's crazy. Dive bombing means to like to go really fast down onto something. Dive bomb. To dive bomb. All these ducks are dive bombing the pond, I guess you could say. Yes, I hear you, ducks. They're trying to get in on my video here, guys. So, well, with that, guys, I've come to the end of my path. It says parks. What does that mean? Looks like they're blocking this path, but it doesn't say do not enter. Could keep going on this one, guys. It just says parks. I don't know. So anyway, guys, well, that's it for today. I just wanted to teach you those words. Hopefully you found those words helpful. Like I said, they're very common, so try to use these words in a sentence down there in the comments. And remember, this word technically, it's a very versatile word in that you can put it in different places in the sentence. Okay, so you have a bunch of options there. All right, so what's your idea? Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? Let me know your opinion on the matter. I think it's a vegetable, guys. I always add it to my salads. If I make a salad, I just put maybe a tomato and some cucumbers and some lettuce or something. So, you know, technically it may be a tomato. Sorry, a fruit. Not it may be a tomato. Technically speaking, it may be a fruit, but I treat it like a vegetable. All right, guys. So with that, I'll bid you farewell. Hope you're doing great today. Hope you're staying safe, healthy, and happy. And as always, I love you so much. And as always, again, before that herd of geese interrupts my video, flock or gaggle, whatever they're called, I'll say I love you so much, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.